Welcome. Welcome to the beginning of the end. What might be the final stream for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And before we jump into the game, I have a little bit of a presentation to go over, because if you watched last stream, the stream kind of abruptly ends, and because I started the floating coliseum, and there was a bit of a technical issue, and so I thought I would recreate what happened and make it presentable for other people. So here's the floating coliseum, and as anyone aware of it, the floating coliseum is home of the Lionels, the lion centaur hybrid creatures that are some of the hardest boss fights, and so you have to do a gauntlet of them. And so what happened was one of these things came out, right there. That's a Lionel. Hello, I am a Lionel. I am here to defend this great floating coliseum we got here. Link came in and was like, "Yo, bro, heard you got a hat. I'm gonna take that hat if you don't mind." And the Lion was like, "No, we're gonna fight." And they fought. And then the Lion was like, "Oh, dang, you really got me there, buddy. Took a lot of damage here." Oh, and look at that. I am now dead. Dead, Lionel. Shoot, you got me. And Link's like, "Yeah, I am victorious." And then he opens up a treasure chest, and the Colosseum's like, "Link, you have been awarded this fine reward as a symbol of your victory. Take this fantastic magic hat and doth this cap upon your head." And he's like, I'm gonna get that. Then all of a sudden it's like, "Just kidding, fool. It's gone." And Link's like, "What?" And then the real boss music started playing. Oh, that's way too loud, Jesus. And Link's like, Link's all like, "Yeah, what the fuck's up with this?" It's like, "You must now face the greatest challenge of this Coliseum." Oh, fuck. Grabbed everything. Oh, no. Fuck. Fucking... Of course it's like fucking stuck now. There we go. It is your overheating capture card. This is your greatest enemy. And Link's like, okay, I guess this is what I'm fighting. Yeah. And then everything just kind of went... And so that's what happened last time. Unfortunate as it was. So now we are resuming the floating coliseum. So let us try that. And this time, do I still have... Yeah, I do got Chunky Boy here. To make this thing the ultimate little challenge I can make it, I'm removing all my assist boys. And I'm not going to do any puff shroom shenanigans. It's just going to be me versus the Lionels. Because I got to flex that E-boner. Let's do this, boy. Damn it. Oh, I did not cook up anything to eliminate gloom damage for this. Cool. So this is a one and done. Oh, I am already fucking up big time. This is a one and done. If I screw this up too much, then that's that. I have to fight more than one Lionel at a time, do I? I don't think that's the case. But a part of me wonders. don't, motherfucker. Okay. Hmm. I don't know why I pulled the bow out. It clearly wasn't going for the fireball. Password the thing over here. So we got white lino. I'm just curious. Is it armored white lino or is it going to be an armored red lino? If it's red, that's not super challenging. There's one who sits outside this place. Let's use my crappier weapons first. Charge, yep. Nice. Alright, here's the last one. Is it armored white? That just looks like another white lino. Is that just enough? Is it just two white linos? Come on. Give me an armored white lino. Why would you only ramp up the difficulty? Is that it? Do have one more door. Armored, but is it a white lino? Let's see. That was a good. He does have a big, like. Oh, fuck your ass. Yeah, that's white. Okay, cool. And he's already down to what the other linos were at. Don't swing now. I don't want to ruin that sword any more than I already have. Whoops, not that piece of junk. Oh, did not stun. And all the damage is at the tip of that thing, so I don't really have to worry that much. Now I have to... Fuck. Shit. Sure. Damn it. Okay, it's getting a little hairy. I don't think this will be enough. No, not enough to kill. Don't pick this up. Come on, almost got you. There you go. Alright, that wasn't that hard. Yes, I lost over half my health. But I had some fairies. Those are no real threat. Sure. Am I holding onto a crappy shield? Yes, I am. Is that even a decent shield? Yes, it is. Good. Alright, what piece of... Actually, before I forget... Shield. And nothing else worth grabbing. Okay. Okay. That's a fun find. I'm assuming I can't fucking upgrade it like every other damn helmet you get down here. But with that, the final Colosseum has been completed. Yeah, it's a boss fight. Just making sure. Okay. Now let's do the last little story bit, which is out here. Where the painfully obvious thing that the story was implying, you get told blatantly, I'm assuming. Alright, one last cutscene. Let's trigger it. I really hope this transformation she goes through looks painful. Because at least then it will be entertaining. If somebody says the fucking secret stone or something again, I'm gonna get pissed.
Was that the sword that seals the darkness? A blade that shatters so easily against my power cannot save you from me.
The sword will continue to gain strength if bathed in sacred power.
The thing that was obvious is being made more obvious.
The more powerful the sword becomes.
After all, you possess more than power over time. You have a sacred power that can dispel evil.
To swallow a secret stone is to become an immortal dragon, one blessed with eternal life.
Minoru, I'm counting on you.
Become a Tamagotchi in my little pad.
Link, I will restore the Master Sword for you. I will care for it until the time comes. I will pour my sacred power into it. It will be the weapon that defeats the Demon King.
I'll eat your candy necklace. Ooh, lemon
To
flavored, the
become
worst.
an immortal dragon is to lose oneself.
You must.
I really don't get the act of eating it. Like, surely something more spiritual could have taken place.
Protect them all!
Now, if she stays a dragon, like, I can't reverse this. That would be an interesting end. But I sincerely doubt that's gonna be the case. Because we need a happy ending. Because we're Nintendo. Wait, I thought you guys died. And now we look up and see Dragon. Yep. Don't even know why I'm collecting these. I have no use for them, but they're here. Let's see. What's the quickest way? It looks like I could... No, that's Zora's domain. I could jump from there. That's pretty far off. First things first, I'm gonna head back to here. Talk to Purah. Just to see if talking to her, she's like, oh, well, now it's time to go face Ganon. Here he is at the bottom of the castle. Go kill him. Or if there's some other BS that's gotta get in the way. Because, yeah, at this point, I've done pretty much everything I can do. Well, not everything, obviously. There's way too much shit in this game, but I've got most of my stuff upgraded. I've got every shrine completed.
What?
Oh, you found the Sage of Spirit, Manure. This is incredible. That means we have 5 sages. Fantastic work, Link. I can't believe we actually have one of the sages who faced off against the Demon King alongside Princess Zelda. Now we have the news about the princess. There's some relief in that at least. So, in the ancient past, Princess Zelda worked to restore the decayed Master Sword and return it to your hand, trusting you would one day defeat the Demon King in the present day. She did so much, all on her own. I've restored Master Sword somewhere in this area. I'm sure of it. To start, you should probably talk to the Deku Tree. Already did that. Yeah. Princess Zelda left to find a wish. That does. Talk to the Deku Tree. And then can I immediately be like, yo, did that already? See. Yeah, restores. Yeah. Oh, damn it. It's just recycling.
Yeah.
Let me actually go to the quests. Recover the sword. Okay. So, let's just go for sword now. And she's still over there. Do I have a tower I can launch from? I could try from up here in Zora's domain. That's at least slightly elevated, and then go down towards her. Let's go for that. Where is she compared to us? Oh, she's moving up. Why are you going up? Stop doing that. Oh, you're going that way? That's a tower. If she's going that way, that might be the better. Okay, traveling that way now. Sorry about the multiple load screens. It would have been nice if she actually just stuck to the air, like the high up areas, and that way I actually have to use these areas to get to her, but oh well, I guess not. Let's see. No, that's the fire one. There she is. Yeah, she's coming right in on us. Guess I just have to wait. And farm some grass while we wait. Maybe just crickets. I can at least talk about this. So yeah, I did every shrine. And if you don't know, you get a special reward for completing all the shrines. And it is horrible. You get a special piece of equipment of armor. This thing that turns you into this weird freaky lizard goat man. And to be honest, I actually saw this before. Like someone posted it online. And I was like, oops, this might be spoilers, and I didn't want to go looking through anything more, but because I didn't read why someone posted this, I thought this was somebody like going like, yo, here's my first mod for the game. I made this shitty skin where you're a weird lizard goat man. Nope, that's just in the game. I don't know why. Like, I don't even know why I would wear this over standard equipment. I mean, I guess to somebody it looks cool. And yeah, they even have like digigrade joints, so they even rigged it separately. But I don't know, not really worth going for. I'll stick to my nice barbarian gear where I just kill everything quicker. Let's see. This might be good enough. Yeah, I'll go for it. Oh yeah, that's totally good enough. Alright, hi Zelda. Can I grab things from you as well? Do you have little shards stuck in you like the other dragons do? Doesn't seem that way. Oh no, you do! Shard of light. Can I farm your horn? Look at all these little shards. Sweet. Okay, you can. Light dragon scale. I had no idea. Any other scales? I think I cleared them out. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any other further down. Okay, let's go reclaim the Master Sword and see if there's anything else story-wise we have to do, or do we just go for the end game? I accidentally let go. I've got max stamina. I'm not concerned. Does the Master Sword stay glowy like that? Because if so, I like it. Oh wait, do I have an open weapon slot for this?
Link. Link. The Master Sword. Your sword. She is the key to destroying the Demon King. He defeated her before, but a long slumber will heal these grievous wounds. And when you two next face the Demon King, you will have my strength to help you through her. Link, you are our final hope. I pray this sword reaches you in the future.
Oh. Yes, just trust me. Do I actually get like a strength value for it? I'd like to know compared to my other weapons. Also, did I have to get the Master Sword back? Could I have defeated Ganon without it? Or does the story not progress without the Master Sword? Oh, I can't see what the stats on it are. Well. Let's go owl suit and before I jump down, just to make sure. Okay. This armor does stop fall damage, right? Impact proof, so I should be absolutely fine if I smack into the ground like this. I'm gonna chance it. Just because if it isn't, it'll still be funny. I almost make it though. Okay, yeah, stop you from taking fall damage. Go back. Did you find where the Master Sword is?
What?
Caca. Hoot hoot and whatnot. You found the Master Sword, did you? It was found in the head of the White Dragon of all places. That's hard to believe. However, this was Princess Zelda's wish, one she believed so strongly that she gave her life to see it through for us. Thank you for finding the sword, Link. I have to say, you really don't look quite yourself unless you've got the Master Sword at your side.
Check it.
Now then, it seems all we need to do is prepare to face the enemy. We need to determine where the Demon King is lurking. He seems unlikely he'd be in the Hyrule Castle. Can't think of any place he'd be here on the surface. That must mean it's the depths. Well, wouldn't you say there's a high probability he's in the depths? What you think best, of course, but my suggestion to ask Joshua for any info she may have. She's enthusiastic about investigating the depths, so I'm pretty sure she's happy to help out. Koga told me exactly where it is. Whoa, so the demon is in deepest reaches of the depths, far beneath Hyrule Castle. As usual, you're the one step ahead of me, Link, and to look so calm and collected despite what you're up against. You navigated the depths, which are incredibly dangerous and home to all the sorts of nasty creatures. Not to mention all the gloom down there. It must have been a very challenging investigation, and yet you did it. Thank you, Link, so much. Joshua turned out to be pretty capable, huh? That kid was working tirelessly to gather information. She wanted to be of use to you. Make sure you let her know her help was valuable.
Yes.
With this, the preparation is complete. Our target is the deepest reaches of the depths beneath Hyrule Castle. Of course, I'll let all the sages know right away. Head to face this Demon King. You're not alone in this. Princess Zelda's final wish. Please hit the Demon King right in the face for me. Okay. Switch back to good shit. Lollipop. Actually, before I run off, one, rest in a bed and get full health would be a smart thing to do. And I might do some cooking real quick. Just until noon, sure. Let's see what I cook here. Don't think I've ever tried. Yeah. Type. Sure, just throw a bunch of apples in there. I should actually be. Where is it? Alien herb. Restore stamina. How much does that improve? Barely anything. I should probably cook. Let's see that and egg. Does that make? Can't share. Oh no, I'm full on meals. Hmm. Don't need that. This will make porridge, right? No, semi-fried egg. But at the very least, it cures some gloom damage, which is what I'm looking for. If I'm gonna be stuck down there, what if I just do nothing but? Fuck. Just one fish, yes. Okay, that's a good wipe. I'm not gonna need this. Let's go ahead and do another full gloom wipe. Anything else I should just... yeah, that one meat. And... here, another thing of meat with some salt. There we go. And I don't want to walk there, so let's make this quick. Ooh, here I come, Mr. Gannon. Ooh, I'm so mad. I'm just peeved at you. I'm just peeved. My girlfriend had to turn herself into a dragon, all because of you. And I'm just not into that thing. I'm more of a furry than a scaly, thank you very much. And down we go. Whoop. And yeah, I've already been down here. I just didn't explore too far, or I got stopped by something? I can't fully remember. So that's just a stop point. So yeah, keep going down. Don't, oh, god damn it. See, I went down here. I need to face you guys. And then, yeah, this is just kind of it. As I saw. This thing has no range. Stop it with the throwing. Stop! You guys are being absolute putts. Ah, get away. No, my sledge. Oh, hi. I'm kind of busy with these guys for a sec. You mind waiting? Dick! Absolute dickhead. This is useless. Can, ow. Yeah, I'll just keep flurry rushing your ass. Fuck. Hold on, don't have the bow ready. And... let's keep using this thing. Oh, can't hit me. Nope. Nope. Came from... Big. Okay, that looks like where I'm supposed to go. Not really a easy path up, so good old reliable. Not to deal with any of you. Damn it. Oh, thank you. Oh, fuck. Down you go. Do I cure my gloom damage now? Or do I wait? Because I'll most likely need to do it some more later. Yeah. Something happening. The power of a sage cannot reach you. Okay, so I'm assuming if I had my buddies out, they would all disappear at this point. Hit me around that damn part. At least now you're not being a bitch and using your friends to help. So then close the gap quick enough. do have some parts here. Could build a little battle wagon. Let's see where we're going first. Oh, fuck off. Dicks. Oh, and a fucking phantom cannon down there. I am not dealing with that shit right now. I am too fucked up. Give it that speed boost. And there's only one thing. I should have that centered. Go. Cannon, laser. Don't know why I would necessarily need the light. Oh yeah. Cannon off top with a laser emitter. Ah, fuck it. It's endgame, let's have some fun. And hydrant, I don't think I need that. If I do, I can just spawn one. Ooh, actually, that looks like it might be good weapons over here. Longsword. Not really good. Better than that. And better than that. I do need more bows. Or I don't? Am I just like covered in Lionel bows? Pretty much. Even though I don't want to use Lionel bows. Oh well. Let's see, hopefully this won't end poorly. I'm assuming because of the rocket it will. Oh, ah, fuck. Oh, fuck. You've got a flamethrower. Or a fire bow. Yeah, I think I need to, clear out some shit. Oh, that broke. You know what? Yeah, let's use that. Use my secret jutsu. I'll save it in case I need it for the actual boss. I should do a couple more throwaway weapons. Sure. Nothing? Treasure chest, sure, but it's probably nothing amazing. Yeah, woohoo. Okay, I don't get why this is all destructible. Moving on out. Oh no, we're back where we were. At the very beginning of the game. Yeah, those are Gyptos. Then I probably would like to have elemental weapon. Boo, boo, boo. Sure. Oh no. Well, we couldn't break this open, but now we can. You can see what the middle is. Oh, Ganondorf fought all the guys, and then Zelda made sword thing, and then she dragoned. If only we could have read this from the beginning, we would have known. Where's the path forward? Oh. I didn't check it. I have this gloom stuff. Is this actually gloom attack resist? Okay. So there's no immunity to gloom. All plugged into the tree. Oh no, we actually gotta go further inside. sages show up.
You don't have to fight all by yourself, you know? When we fight together, we're unstoppable!
I'm gonna make my ancestors proud today, Link. I'll fight by your side.
Hold on, wait for
Link,
his cue there, apparently.
we shall protect Hyrule together.
The Garuda owe you for your help. You can count on me.
I will atone for my past failure. It is time to stop the Demon King.
Are they actually here, or is it just that I can use the phantoms again? Yep, they're actually here, cool. Okay, this is fine. Stuck in his gut. In my spoon. Would you just back off? That's a whole wave thing. Camera, please focus. Now let's kill some of that gloom off of me. I did not gonna. I could always just spawn a second pot if I need to. Hold up, I'm forging. Yeah. Combine it with. It's gonna be faster if I use this. I kind of want to use that, but I don't think that's smart. So I'm probably going to keep playing even after I finish the game. Also, go ahead and eat. Restore some of that lost hit points. And not that much. Do we actually have to fight Lionels now? Oh, Mom, is there not a single white goblin here? No, these are all fairly easy.
That gloom, it means but one thing. The Demon King is there, huh?
Or is this just a... But the sages will stay back and fight you, and you go take care of the big bad thing.
More obstacles in our path, but our foe is mistaken if he thinks this will stop us!
We are fated to fight these beasts. Don't worry about us. Link, we'll take care of this, Goro! You ready to see the power of a sage?
We'll be fine! We already beat them once! This'll be a breeze for sure!
It is time, Link. The rest is up to you.
Oh, I was gonna use one of those Moblin horns to fuse it to my weapon. You cost me a free fuse. Oh, also my friends might be dead. Oh well. Just have to get by with having a trident. Can't take that out here. What? There we go. Oh, Mr. Dwarf. Mr. Dwarf, I'm here to stab you.
How disappointing. This world should be shrouded in darkness, not bathed in insufferable light. All these weak, peace-loving cowards running rampant. It would have been more satisfying to overcome a worthy foe.
Eyeballs. Better eat the damn crystal. And become an evil dragon. That's how this needs to end. And I can ride on top of the Zelda dragon and fight him in the skies. That'd be great. We better do that. Now, why couldn't you have just done that at any point?
Regardless, I will reshape this world as it was meant to be. I will crush any opposition. I will rule. That is what a king must do.
His title is so angry looking.
Do not look away. You witness a king's revival. And the birth of his new world.
Your crown looks like it's kind of like pinching your nose skin a little too much. You should probably check that out. Oh, I have to use the Master Sword? So you can't... Oh, okay, I can switch if I wanted to.
Pathetic.
Stop. Ah, my sword's all glowy and whatnot. He's got his own little... Okay, that's fun. Parries and stuff. Yep, except that I'm bad at it. It's only gonna restore that much.
Barely gotten started. It's over.
Oh, bullshit, that counts.
Take this!
Hey, that worked. Sweet. Fun finisher. I'm hooked on a feeling. I don't believe that you're in love with me.
That feeling as blood surges in my veins. And I am not even nearing the limits of my power.
Okay, that's good. Other games have done that, but it just to do that without any sort of like wink, nod type of stuff. Just like, yeah, his HP bar is just giant now. And not even center it, too.
Show the Demon King who's boss, Link! I'm here.
Hold on, gotta switch shields.
Let's take him down together!
It's time to finish it off, Link.
Big Bubba Quibba, come on. Yeah, with the power of friendship, we'll save the day. Next shield. Ow. He is! He's destroying my fucking max health! Okay, that's pretty great. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, thematically this has been pretty good so far. Bow. Why do I have that? That bow sucks. Stop. Turkey. God. I think he's moving faster than he actually is. Oh, what? He can out-flurry a flurry? Punk. You fucking dickhead. I really should be using that shield. Oh, he'll do that as well. That's great. He grabs the arrow out of the air. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, just purely on a like visual, like crazy event thing. Like this is probably one of the more engaging Ganondorf fights. Eat your jewel. Eat it. Yes. Yes, eat the jewel.
My mind, everything. I'll sacrifice it all to destroy you. And cast this world into eternal night.
For the Nintendo game. You really don't get the whole eating the crystal thing. Like, just shattering it would be enough. Okay. The very thing I predicted and hoped would happen is happening. I know it's not going to happen, but I would really hope that the entirety of Castle Hyrule shatters, is scattered into the air, and that's the battlefield in which we fight Ganondorf Dragon while riding on the back of Zelda Dragon. And it almost becomes like an on-rail shooter, where we ride on Zelda's head, and we have to shoot like holy arrows at Ganondorf. killing Zelda? No. Go for the globules on him. Blood moon out. Oh, yep, he's got a golden spot on his head. Yep, stab him in the brain for maximum pain. Use your holy treasure for maximum pleasure. Okay, yeah, they're setting it up. That's great. does this mean I could have done this to any of those dragons floating around and got me a whole dragon corpse to carve up? What about everyone below? That's a column. There's... Oh my god, it's fucking Hiroshima. Jesus Christ. Oh god, the fucking secret forest, the Lost Woods. We just nuked it. The Great Deku Tree was just nuked. Well, time to talk to Ghost Friend. Or are you gonna finally be like, yo, your job's done, here's your hand back. Oh, do I have to grab Zelda's soul and shake it free from from the dragon the same way I do when I'm building things? We're now having a three-way. This is what three-ways are like for us goat dragon people. Oh, shit. Kinda moved the switch out of the dock for a second there. Sorry about that. And yeah, Zelda gets a free pass. Honestly, I kind of would have rather she stay a dragon. Or died as a dragon. I know that wouldn't be a happy ending, but... yeah, you got your arm back. Also, why am I shirtless and, like, helmetless? I still have my pants on. Is it just because in case you wore a dumb mask that, you know, it wouldn't take away from the scene? Is this gonna be pure cutscene, or do we actually get to play it? Yes! Yes, good. So if I really wanted to, I could just, like, not. kind of... It would be funny, but no. I don't want to have to go through crap again. Yeah, that would definitely be death.
Link, how are you?
Well, I'm fine, thank you very much.
I was...
Hey, you swallowed your gem. Why do you have it back?
I reached you, after all. He's gone. The Demon King.
No, not really.
I'm not in a dream, right? You did it. Oh, Link, you really did it. But how am I...
Yeah, we Deus Ex Machina magic you back to
I
human.
understand. I had been sleeping all this time. When I felt something, like a warm, loving embrace, I woke
Shouldn't
up.
that castle be falling like right around now? 'Cause it was held up by Ganon's crap, not everything else.
Thank you. Link, I met such wonderful people. I saw Hyrule as it was. I have so much to tell you. So much happened. Oh, Link, I'm home.
Okay. So, story was not as stupid as I thought it was going to be. It's still very stupid in a lot of ways, just as Breath of the Wild was stupid in a lot of ways. I don't think they understand what they kind of should have done. So when they did Breath of the Wild, the team at Nintendo said, like, boy oh boy, Zelda sure is getting stale as a series. We need to rethink the game design aspect. And they were right. And when they did Breath of the Wild story, there was an element to it that very much was, don't keep doing the same thing over and over again. Innovate and do something new, because the entire story of Breath of the Wild was exactly what we saw in this game. The forces of gaming had become ubiquitous. Every 100 years they show up. Every 100 years a Zelda shows up, and every 100 years a Link shows up. And they would always banish Ganon, do the same thing over and over again. It became a cycle. And in all the cutscenes in Breath of the Wild, Zelda is very much a character going like, we shouldn't keep doing the cycle over and over again, because each time it happens, the monsters show up, the Ganon shows up, people die, and it's just, we're just living with a tumor, essentially. We should be trying to remove it. And everyone, and the king and everyone's like, no, just do the same thing over and over again. Look, we got robots now. These robots will help us fight it. We're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. And that leads to the horrible calamity that happened in Breath of the Wild's past. And the way Breath of the Wild ends is Zelda learns her banishing powers, her sacred powers, and just does the thing everyone told her to do. Thus setting it up to be another 100 years for another event to take place. And I thought that was really dumb, considering the story was kind of following the game design aspect of, we shouldn't just do things over and over again because it works. We should try to solve problems. And I felt that was the part in Breath of the Wild's story that was lacking. And when I started seeing stuff for this game, I thought, they might actually address that issue. They might actually finish that story, essentially. And a lot of people were pointing out, because this goes back to before this game even launched, there was the art leaks of the art book, and everyone was pointing out, Ganondorf's like not super evil looking. He looks like a wandering Ronin. And there was this idea that a lot of people put forward that maybe Ganondorf wouldn't become a good guy, but he would become not the main villain. To go into the entire, or to just dip into the entire storyline or timeline for Zelda. So Ganondorf is a byproduct of the bad guy from Skyward Sword, who's at the beginning of the timeline, who places a curse on Link and Zelda's lineage and says, my hatred will find a new form to attack you and all your descendants for the rest of all time. And that's what created Ganondorf. And there's been this thing of like, they hint that Ganondorf, because Ganondorf in every Zelda game that he's in, he's the same Ganondorf. He does not reincarnate. He is the same dude who has just been alive forever. And this was pointed out a lot in Wind Waker, where he constantly makes mention of like, when he's fighting Link, like, you have the same eyes as that kid all that time ago. Like, I've done this shit before, and it sucks, and I hate it. And so there's this idea that Ganondorf might actually resent his place in this cycle. And with people showing the artwork of Ganondorf, there was this idea of, well, what if Ganondorf, the whole calamity in Breath of the Wild, wasn't actually Ganondorf attacking Hyrule as he has done in the past, but purging himself of the influence of demise from Skyward Sword, so that he could actually be free of this cycle. And there's also the fact that this game features a Ouroboros as its logo, an endless cycle in constant repeat. And people are like, what? Why not do that as the story? And I was really hoping, essentially, that this game would kill Ganondorf permanently. Like, yeah, we saw this dragon Ganondorf blow up, whatever. Doesn't matter. He's still alive. By the lore of this of Legend of Zelda, he has the Triforce of Power. He is Demise's curse. he is eternal. Just because you blew him up doesn't mean he's actually gone. Like, the only time Ganondorf has ever been shown actually dying was in Twilight Princess. And that's because they perceive and think, and he thought about why he does what he does, and he kind of came to a conclusion that he wants to. He wasn't power hungry in that. He actually was. The goal was to fix the world. He just wanted to fix it in his own eyes, in his own little vision, and just. It just really sucks that we get two games in the same world, and it just ends up being lol Ganondorf evil. And on top of that, this game really fucks up a lot of story elements. It's one of the things I've brought up multiple times while playing through this is one, where did okay, well, we got more cutscene. I'll let that play out before I keep bitching.
I can't believe such an impressive landmass can float in the sky. Just when I thought I'd started to figure the Zonai out.
Everyone, I am glad I was able to bring you all here. I wanted to share this view of Hyrule with all of you.
Whoa. I've never been this far up before, Goro.
Wow, what a sight it is. And Zelda, you were roaming the skies all along?
Yes, although I don't really remember. I never thought I would actually stand here again.
This is only a theory, but Raru's power of light and Sonia's time power. For Zelda to transform back, they both must have channeled their abilities through you, Link.
I see.
So you gonna take off now because you're dead?
Now it seems it is my time.
Minoru!
Do not worry. You have overcome the burden my era left to you. You have proven yourself, and you no longer need me. I know I can move on, join Raru and the others, and the world will be safe.
Those of us gathered here swear on our lives to support Princess Zelda and... Oh. To support Princess Zelda and safeguard the land of Hyrule.
Raru and Sonia will be happy to hear of this.
But Minoru!
And I'll let them know just how much you care. Thank you all.
Bye, rabbit waifu.
King Raru, Queen Sonia, Minoru. The ancient sages. They wished not only to save Hyrule from the Demon King, but for it to see eternal peace. I will dedicate myself to that goal. Now, and for all time. My friends, with all of your strength, stand with me.
Also, is this ship just gonna keep floating? Because that could be a problem. Like, these giant land masses casting shadows, like, it's gonna mess with farmlands, and also chunks kept falling off. Like, there's a whole lot of problems with that. Yeah, that ending didn't, that little bonus thing didn't mean much of anything. All right, let's finalize some damn thoughts here. We got ourselves that'll work as a decent backdrop image. So give me a sec here. Um, just find some. Put some music on for a sec. It's a little too loud for discussion purposes. Give me a sec. There, how's that? That sounds good. Okay. So yeah, finalized thoughts on this game. This was the sequel that didn't need to be a sequel. It didn't build on anything from the last game. Like, the only thing it built on was, hey, that last game had these random dragons floating around. What if we built the story kind of around them? And that's really it? Like, meanwhile, the entire story of the first game is basically ignored. No mention of the divine beasts. All the Sheikah shrines are just gone. All of the guardian bodies are just gone, and there's no explanation. Like, maybe have a big fucking pit with all the guardian bodies tossed into it. Turn that down a little more. I don't know why there was no addressing that. Like, there's only a couple Zeldas that are direct sequels. And of the ones that I played, at least, Majora's Mask is direct sequel to Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time, one of the last scenes you see is Navi, the fairy, flying out a window. And Majora's Mask starts up with Link searching in a forest, searching for a lost friend. They don't specify who, but it's very clearly implied he's looking for Navi. That's it. It's just used as a jumping point. So we know it's the same Link. We know he did all those things, yada yada. So, okay. Good. I played, what was it? Phantom Hourglass, direct sequel to Wind Waker. The end of Wind Waker, Link and the pirates are sailing off to the seas to go on adventures now that they've dealt with the whole Ganondorf trying to restore the old Hyrule. It's now the new Hyrule, which is the giant ocean, whatever. Phantom Hourglass starts off, they're on a boat. They're on the pirate boat. Hey, they found a haunted ship. We're going to explore that because it might have treasure on it. Oh no, Zelda got cursed and turned into a statue. Done. Like, direct sequel. How does this one build off at all from Breath of the Wild? I don't... This thing didn't have to be a sequel. It gains nothing outside of just, hey, we're reusing assets. I don't know. There was so many other ways to kind of build on this story, and they just instead went... It's very much a Japanese storytelling thing, and especially for video games, where they have a twist. They have a little like, ooh, look at this little thing we did. And it's like, okay, but what does this imply in any sort of greater sense? And they go, nothing. It's a twist, and that's all it is. So in this case, oh, that dragon that was in the sky this whole time, that was Zelda. Weren't you the wool pulled over your eyes? And again, as a sequel, and this is part of the problem with it, is as I mentioned before, Breath of the Wild had 3 dragons flying around the sky. You turn this game on, and you now have 4. So anyone who played the first game immediately goes, where the fuck did this 4th dragon come from? So right away, like the whole twist is very kind of like, okay, this is one of the different elements. Where if Zelda was one of the dragons from the first game, one, that would make sense. There would actually be continuity there, because for some reason this fourth dragon only shows up now, even though technically by timeline she would have been there in Breath of the Wild. But yeah, they didn't think that far ahead. And then two, there's the storyline of, okay, we see Hyrule's founding and Ganondorf's there. And it's, again, Ganondorf is the same Ganondorf. So at Hyrule's founding, Ganondorf was like, haha, I pledge allegiance, psych, backstab in this game. And then Ocarina of Time happens and the same thing plays out. Are we to believe that, like, is this a different interpretation of Ocarina of Time's events? Or like it breaks the timeline. This game breaks the timeline. If Ganondorf was alive at this point from the Gerudo in Ocarina of Time, he was born in that time, in that era as well. So is Ganondorf reincarnating? 'Cause up to this point, we've been told he hasn't been. So it's really a shame that it was only what, at this point, 3 main entry games ago that Nintendo decided to say, yes, the timeline is a canon thing. They are all connected. Here's our timeline, and they laid it out for you. And only 3 games later, they immediately break that fucking timeline, just do whatever the fuck they want. And for no purpose other than this game, other than lol, Zelda was a dragon. Isn't that a twist? And just, no, it's not. It's not a great twist, especially because it led up to nothing other than a cool set piece fight. Again, a quick change to this game that would have made it a lot more, that ending have a lot more impact, is if in order to kill Dragon Ganondorf, Zelda Ganondorf had to, wrap herself around him and hold him still so that you could stab him, but in the process she dies with him. And then, yes, Ghost Zelda says, like, thank you, Link, I gave my life for my people, and I serve, bye, and she fades away. And that would be a sad ending that would have a lot of meaning, but they won't do it because we need a happy ending. We need a happy, hopeful ending, and that's the only way to end a game. So unfortunately, we got this mediocre, meh ending. But that's all story complaints. So story-wise, yeah, the game is blah. Gameplay-wise, it's pretty good. There's a couple problems. One, all the fucking allies, it just gets in the way. They're not very effective. To interact with their abilities, you have to use the same button to talk to people, as is the same button to pick up items, so you're constantly activating their powers unnecessarily. And that's especially annoying because the little power quick select wheel has a redundant slot on it, because if they have a map button on that, when you have a map button on the normal controller that's on its own, you could have made that little wheel map button the use power map button. I don't know. I can't believe that was overlooked, especially because supposedly they had a whole fucking year of extra polishing and nobody thought, hey, this would be a lot easier. And yes, I getting back to the allies, I would very much would have rather have had, you can only have one ally out at a time, but they just are as good as all 5 allies put together. Yeah, I mean, I could go on and on about how I would fix this game, but my original statement on the game that I made to Ryan and Andrew before is, this is the perfect game for anybody who saw Breath of the Wild and said, that looks like a fun game, but for some reason they just didn't play it. And they now want to play a Zelda game. This game is perfect for you. Anyone who played Breath of the Wild, you're going to just end up playing the same game, basically, with some with a lot of enhancements. I'm not going to say some. It's a good amount of enhancements. The underground map plus the sky map plus the reworked surface map gives you plenty of extra crap to do, but it still fundamentally is the same game using a lot of the same structure. I definitely like having caves and other small dungeon-esque areas to explore rather than just, barren, empty land that Breath of the Wild had. So, yes, as a game, this is definitely better than Breath of the Wild. It is an improvement. I do not think they messed anything up on that aspect. But unlike Breath of the Wild, the story... They now have a game to build the story off of, just how they built the gameplay off of the last one, and they didn't. So the story is an even worse change than the last one, and that's just annoying, because all they had to do was just finish what Zelda started in the first game of, hey, we should probably break the cycle. Like I said, there it is, dead center of the screen. Like, can I make... I can't. Let's... Whoop. 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 Big ol' Ouroboros there eating itself. I wonder what we're implying here. And all they had to do was make the story about breaking the cycle, and then here, when we load up this menu after beating the game, fracture that snake. Just fracture it. You've broke the cycle. But no, instead, we have to celebrate the fact that we're just doing the same thing over and over again. And that's what they kind of should have learned when they went, man, Skyward Sword really didn't go over too well with people. Probably because it's the most bland reiteration of Zelda that everyone's come to expect. And now we have that Anuma interview where he's like, yeah, this is the format going forward. It's like, no, you should not have a format. That's the lesson to be learned. Don't have a format. Zelda should have a much more fluid idea. So long as you just have fantasy-esque world and you have puzzle solving using weird equipment items and dungeons and whatnot. That's all you need. Just redo those elements, but change settings and world and characters and change gameplay. Like this game. This game is Gary's mod. That's great. That is a very fun way to change the gameplay elements. I'm all for that. You just have to have a couple core elements that are key to the series' identity. And while this game definitely leans more into those elements than Breath of the Wild did, which I like more, like there's a reason I played a lot of Zelda. I like my dungeons, I like my puzzles. And I'm glad, and this game does more of that, which is good. But do I want Zelda to keep being this open world? Not too much. Now that I'm 2 games in on this, it's fine, I enjoy it. If we do get another sequel that's open world, I need a brand new world. They cannot just recycle this world again. They had to increase the world size by 2.5, essentially. Not really a half, because the sky is pretty damn empty. But a significant amount just to make me go, okay, I'm okay with exploring the same surface because I have a giant underground now, as well as various sky islands. But yeah, they need to realize they have to change not just gameplay, but they also have to change story. They have to give me some costs, give me some weight. Like, there was no part of me that really believed they were going to kill Zelda. If they did, I would have went, holy shit, and it would have been huge. Even though it wouldn't matter in the long run, because Zelda just reincarnates in 100 years or whatever into the next iteration. But nah. I I have a little bit of a disappointment just because the way it ends, but I still enjoyed the game, so don't take my size of disagreement as any sort of negative. This game definitely is good. It is a solid 4 out of 5. It is definitely above average. It met all of my expectations gameplay wise, and technically story wise, because again my expectations were that they're going to go the safe route, and they did. But yeah, it's good. It's good. I just wish it did something more with the story. That's my major complaint. Small gameplay complaints, major story complaint. But otherwise, music is better, visuals are pretty great still. Gameplay was fantastic. I loved the building element. I kind of don't want them to keep the building element, just because I think that inhibits their ability to create interesting puzzles if you can just, build a flying machine to ignore the entire puzzle. But I like the fact that they did it. And just like other Zeldas, that, you make the hook shot in one game doesn't mean the hook shot has to be in every game. You make a building mechanic for this game, it doesn't have to be in every game. So there we go. Final thoughts. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I feel like I got my money's worth. I enjoyed it for what it is. I just don't want another sequel to this. I want them to move on to something new and different. And hopefully they will. So, thank you for watching. This game's finally done. I can go back to playing Splatoon 2 some more. Actually, they just announced a Splatfest coming up next month. Gotta get ready for that. So yeah, Sunday, me and Ryan will be playing games. Space Marine, finishing Crimson Skies, and more Freedom Force vs. Third Reich. So tune in for that. And once again, this happened earlier. This was my explanation for what happened last stream. So did we get out of here, Elgato? You didn't overheat this time. So here's our victory hat. We did it. You get it, Link. Ba-da-da-da-da! Hooray! Pretend the cat's Ganondorf, and he's now dead. There we go. You did it, Link. Good job.